It feels like yesterday that we first saw the original pairing of Nintendo and Sega in the sports-themed Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. But here we are, over a decade later, with the latest chapter in their rivalry. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Tokyo 2020, the first installment for the Switch, not only brings back the classic summer minigames, but also introduces several new additions in an effort to mix things up. The biggest change is the inclusion of a story mode, which attempts to address complaints about the lack of single-player focused content in previous entries. It's a fun premise. Eggman and Bowser attempt to capture Mario and Sonic in a retro game based on the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. But being the inept villains that they are, they accidentally trap themselves in the game world too. This leads to the best part about Mario and Sonic, the retro-inspired minigames. Not only do you get to compete in 10 different Olympic-style events resembling something you play on the NES or Genesis, but the story mode includes unique one-off minigames that are really something else, like racing against a bullet train as Sonic. Mario and Sonic definitely could have benefited from a few more of these distinct events. While the lead heroes are busy dealing with the situation, their companions on the outside work to find a way to free them. This portion of the story focuses on modern Olympic events, but you'll also find unique minigames here too. Just like their 1964 counterparts, these original concepts are some of the best activities the game has to offer, like shooting down robots in a specialized archery event. Yeah! Ultimately, despite its original premise, the story mode leaves much to be desired. The narrative overstays its welcome with conversations that drag on with repetitive dialogue, making progression incredibly tedious. Each era's overworld map is a nice touch, especially the 1964 iteration, but the novelty does little to mitigate the story mode's overall shortcomings. The story mode also serves as a de facto tutorial, and for the most part, it does a good job of allowing you to get your bearings. However, with the sheer number of minigames present, it can still be a little overwhelming, and a few events could use better explanations to help make things clear. Expect to take several attempts on the more complicated events before things start to click. Given the story mode's limited appeal, Mario and Sonic relies heavily on its multiplayer offerings. When played with others in a local setting, the game is a blast in small sessions. Not every game is a winner, but most will have you coming back for seconds. Yet when it comes to modes and options for multiplayer, Mario and Sonic comes up short. Yes, there is both local and online multiplayer support, but there's little else offered here. No unique modes, no customization, and worst of all, no tournaments. In an Olympic-themed game, these omissions highlight just how bare bones the multiplayer component is. You can compare your best times via leaderboards, but that's about it. There's no way to set match lengths, the number of rounds, or even the most basic options outside of creating a lobby that allows 2 to 4 players from either your friends list, your region, or worldwide. There's a lot of potential in the combination of the Mario and Sonic universes, and the Olympic setting is one of the grandest stages of them all. Yet, after over a decade, the developers simply can't make the series live up to its massive billing. The retro angle could have been the missing ingredient, but the game doesn't lean into this strength enough. What's left is a party game that's fun for a few hours, but will just as quickly be forgotten.
Victory's mine!
Easy Allies reviews are made possible by generous viewers just like you. If you like what you see, check out patreon.com/easyallies to help us make more. For just $1 a month, you can gain access to weekly updates, spoiler discussions, and exclusive shows.
Oh.